What's up? What's up? Oh my gosh. The other one's here too. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? How are you doing,
What's
man?
up, man? How you feeling? You all right?
Doing good, man. Hey, yeah, oh, we filming right off the bat, baby. So y'all opening tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow is the opening day, bro. You ready to make it happen?
Did you purposely do it on the 10th, or did you just kind of work out you could have done it the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and you just picked the 10th?
You know what's crazy? We had already been delayed based upon the contractor's date that they told me they were going to finish.
Right.
So they pushed it out until like the 1st of October, and I was like, I started looking at the calendar. First thing I did was I called Josh, store manager. What if I really went into it and said, let's just do it on the 10th?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, that's crazy.
We all remember that as a very devastating day, so why not shed some light on it?
For sure. Let me ask you this.
Okay, what's up?
How long have you dreamed up J. Wade Cuts Barbershop? What year was that? When you're like, man, I'm going to open my own barbershop.
It clicked in 2015, I said to myself, this is what I'm dedicating my life to, because of course, at that time, I was a musician, just, playing at churches. And
right.
When I realized, I found the niche, I realized what I was good at. I realized, what people needed. I remember having a conversation with Josh, same thing, he was in the barbershop. And I said to him, bro, this is my life now. This is what I'm dedicating myself to until I get to where I want to be in it.
Especially you and me, we were college athletes, right?
Absolutely.
You don't really know when you get done with sports, what in the heck am I going to do?
You don't.
Right? Like your identity is only caught up in sports, it's not caught up in Christ like it should be. And now it's like, all right, who am I? What am I going to do? Take me a brief version from there to the first day you open up J. Wade Barbershop. You know what I'm saying? J. Wade Cut.
The biggest thing for me then was following my passion. And then once you realize that it may not work out in the avenue that you want, because you got to think, I did basketball. I did that for, half my life. Well, all of my life.
Yeah, all your life.
And then on top of that, I started doing music,
which you were very good at.
I was good at. It was a passion. But then, one of the least things on my list was cutting hair. You can't be afraid to jump out and do something different.
Right.
I think a lot of people, they get locked into one thing and they think, okay, if this does not work, then my life is over. You have to be able to say, even if this is not working, let me try something else. Because you never know, that one thing that you try or you attempt can be the very thing to propel you to another level. I
think we're all built certain ways for a reason. God builds in certain ways. If we're all built the same, then that wouldn't be good, right? And so no matter how much you loved basketball or how much you loved music and this, that, and the other, God put a certain entrepreneurial type spirit in you that wanted to build your own thing. Absolutely. And you were never going to be satisfied until you did that. Some of the hardest workers I know are in ministry, but God built them with a heart for ministry, not necessarily entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
I know some that would be amazing at it. That's just not where they feel like they're supposed to be. But like for you, until you went and tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed, you were never going to be happy. Now, absolutely. You just happened to try and it worked out the first time pretty much, which was...
I'm not going to say that. It was a lot of disappointment. I'm not going to necessarily say failure, but I think when you figure out and you find out what you're good at, I attempted to open up in 4 other buildings over the 365-day span that
here,
we were closed in Panama City.
Wow.
Couldn't get the right rate, couldn't get the right lease amount. Building was too small, the bad location. That's a failure. To me, it's like I can't open up what once was. So people see the triumphs, because that's what we post, bro. We're gonna post the, so but it's also important for them to see, the failures along the way.
When you decided, all right, I'm going to get my barber's license.
Okay.
We'll leave it unnamed, but you were working for somebody else. Right?
Attending the school.
Yeah. Attending the school, right? That whole time you knew that you wanted to open your own spot. Right? Did you ever, at that point, did you have the dream of, I'm opening and making this a nationwide brand?
That was the goal, but you don't necessarily see how it's unfolding. I never thought it would unfold like this.
All right, so here's the deal. This is how I was with Think Real Estate, right? And you can even get spiritual with it when you're talking about God. Like, you want a treasure map, right? And you want to see the X at the end.
Exactly.
And then I want to see the whole trip there and what does it look like? What do I need to get there?
Right.
But God doesn't promise us a treasure map. He promises us a compass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you knew the direction to go.
Right.
You had an idea what it might be at the end, but you just went.
And see, that's what it is though. Success, I believe, success is like driving down the street on a dark road
Okay.
with the headlights on.
Okay.
You can't see the end of that road,
Okay.
but you can see the steps that are in front of you. And the more that you continue to keep the GPS on and keep your lights on, you know, you're going to eventually make it to the destination that you want to get to. But just because you can't see the end of the road doesn't mean you should drive. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep rolling. You got to keep going. And sometimes it takes that level of faith. I can attest that I'm kind of like that. Like, I'm like, if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. I'm all in. Even with Think Real Estate, it's like, you took a chance with that.
Oh,
you
dude,
know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
think about it.
Hey,
bro.
what a lot of people don't realize is Zach and I announced that we were leaving and that leaving our company that we were with.
Right.
And that we were opening Think Real Estate and everything. And bro, we didn't have our broker's license. We just trusted that we were going to pass the
See,
test.
dog, sometimes people, and especially college, high school, that age kid, they sit and they say, well, what if I don't have this? Or, you know, sometimes, bro, you just gotta
Bro,
you gotta say, look, I'm gonna go with what I got. You know what I mean?
And here's what people don't realize too. And I didn't realize this till I got in business a little bit.
Right.
The people who are up there and doing big things, you know, your political leaders, your business owners, your whatever, bro, they don't have it together like you think they do.
No,
and they're not that much, like there's nothing special except they just were too naive to believe they could fail.
Right, exactly.
Like if people actually knew Jay Wade and like, man, I could never have a business like that, blah, blah, blah. Like, if they really knew you, bro, you're just a regular dude, but you just work your butt off.
That's all it is.
Now, God's
Every
blessed
day.
you with certain things, but
Absolutely.
like, when I started meeting like some of these political leaders and stuff, great people, but I'm like,
You start realizing that it's.
I thought they had A, B, and C, but they don't, you know?
Facts, bro. It definitely, I mean, the biggest part is having the faith to believe that you could just, if it fails, it fails, but I'm gonna give it every single thing I got. And sometimes we can even revert back to a Bible scripture. I mean, the leprous men, the 4 leprous men that were just sitting there, and they said to themselves, are we gonna sit here until we die? Or we could just walk to the city and see what else is left. Right. You know what I mean? And as they walked, they began to be healed. So, I mean, the moral of that story is sometimes you just got to get up and start walking. And if you sit down, you know that the results of that. You know, if you stay complacent where you are, you know the results. So, you know, I live by this, man. Sometimes you have to take the risk or lose the chance. Because if you wait for everything to be perfect, which it will never be, you know, you'll never do anything.